This November, voters may be able to once again decide if they want new parks and libraries in Dorchester County. A previous referendum for parks and libraries was deemed illegal by the state Supreme Court in May, but now County Council is taking steps to start new referendums. This is Dorchester County reporter Stetson Miller tells us about the new plans for the proposed facilities and why they're costlier than before.
Later this year, residents in Dorchester County may be able to once again decide if they want to pay for new libraries and parks if County Council successfully gets new bond referendums on the ballot. But this time they will be listed as two separate questions, one for libraries and one for parks, as opposed to the last attempted referendum when they were combined and ruled unlawful. A $43 million bond referendum for new parks and libraries was approved by Dorchester County residents in 2016, but it was ruled unlawful by the state Supreme Court in May after a lawsuit was filed because it combined the two issues into one question. Now Dorchester County Council is trying again to start new referendums. On Monday, Council approved the first reading of an ordinance for two separate referendums that ask county residents if they want the county to issue up to $30 million in bonds for parks and $30 million in bonds for libraries. Councilman Jay Beyer says the county needs more funding than before because costs have gone up.
We had very different numbers when we started doing this back in 2015. The costs have gone up substantially. The quicker we can do it, the more money we can save in interest costs as well as just increased construction costs because nothing's getting cheap.
The referendums would fund 3 to 4 new libraries and 3 park projects in the St. George and Somerville areas. Under the new referendum, those parks would be fully developed and funded with more amenities, like at the future proposed Ashley River Park.
It's going to have a splash pad, large playground, dog park, fishing pond, trails, a wedding pavilion.
Resident Anthony Driscoll was at the Ashley River site today and said he'd support the new referendums.
If it's going to benefit my daughter, I don't mind spending a few extra tax dollars because we're going to have parks, we're going to have libraries, so we're going to have the education, we're going to have the stuff to get kids outside, away from the TVs, and me as a father, that's just what I like.
And County Council will need to pass an additional 2 readings for these bond referendums before they can be placed on the ballot for Dorchester County residents to vote on. In Dorchester County, Stetson Miller, Count on 2.